This is Amos 5:13. Therefore, the prudent shall keep silence in that time, for it is an evil time. Seek good and not evil, that ye may live. And so the Lord Yahweh, the power of hosts, shall be with you as ye have spoken. I like to start off by saying, Barak Atah Yahweh, Barak Atah Yahweh Shai, Kol V'Loim La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem B'chat Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered abroad, the Akim and the Akwat that's listening in. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing that the lesson is edifying. It's the brother Shawab Amwan back at you with another lesson. And going into the title, all right, the prudent shall keep silence in that time, for it is an evil time. All right, and what time are we talking about? We're talking about the time of Jacob's trouble. All right, let's grab that real quick. This is Jeremiah, Jeremiah 30:4, and it reads, and these are the words that the Lord Yahweh spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah, all right, both northern kingdom and southern kingdom. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man does travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. All right, who's the he that's going to be saved out of it? All right, the elect. Okay, the elect is going to be saved, but 2/3 of our people are going to have to perish out here, as it tells you in Zechariah 13:8. All right. It says, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, what land? This land here in Babylon the Great, America, all right, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire and will refine them as silver is refined and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord Yahweh is my power. All right, so that third is going to be the elect that gets tried as gold in these tough times, right? In the time of Jacob's trouble, in the time of the MOTB, the hour of temptation, all right? When the time comes for World War III, okay? So the rest of these people are going to be cut off and die, as the scriptures say. All right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a couple videos, right, showing you the times that we're entering into concerning Jacob's trouble. All right. Let's grab this one first. Let me just turn on a light real quick. Lock it. There you go for the lighting. All right. So this was on the Newport Beach. Okay. Excuse me. All right. Check this out.
I have ever seen. Newport Beach, shame on you. Actually, shame on the people. This is the most insane footage I have ever seen. Newport Beach.
Let me open this up for you.
This is the most insane footage I have ever seen. Newport Beach, shame on you. Actually, shame on the people that came to Newport to celebrate, or whatever you want to call it, on the 4th. And as someone who has been in Newport the past few years on the 4th, something was off this year, and you could tell the second you stepped outside. Hundreds of people being arrested, officers being injured, people throwing fireworks into crowds of people, looting pavilions and destroying everything in sight. I mean, it was just disgusting. Newport Beach can definitely get crazy during the 4th, just like any other big city, but never do you feel unsafe just walking by the beach, seeing people getting arrested left and right. And I had a feeling something like this was going to happen, just seeing some of the videos pop up on my page prior to this, but nothing like this. If you're a part of this, shame on you. Do better. This is the most insane footage I have.
So the one part I really wanted to show is when you see all the horses running up on people, right? And a lot of these people that probably was being arrested, it was probably definitely a lot of, you know, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. All right, I'm pretty sure they had a couple of, you know, these other nations getting locked up also. But you see how the all hell breaks loose and people start running, as you see right here.
I have ever seen Newport Beach. Shame on you.
That's what it's going to be like when all hell breaks loose out here in Babylon. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at these people.
Ever seen Newport Beach? Shame on you. Actually, shame on the people that came to Newport to celebrate, or whatever you want to call it, on the 4th.
Look at all that.
And as someone who has
people just scattering in waves, man.
Insane footage
all right.
I have ever seen. Newport Beach. Shame.
Let's grab some more. All right, this is.
Homeland Security says it's in the very beginning stages of the vetting process for a reported immigrant reality TV show. Wall Street Journal reports it's a reality-style show where immigrants would compete to prove they are the most American. The DHS Assistant Secretary says Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem has not backed or even reviewed the pitch of any scripted or reality show. The agency did not immediately provide any more details about that potential show.
As a country, we are at the point now where we're making Hunger Games style videos for people to fight each other to get documentation into America. Are we surprised? No, we are not. It's currently the world's laughingstock, and yes, we deserve it. We earned it. But let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. Make sure you follow me for more news updates like this.
So that's crazy right there. It says government is hosting a reality show so immigrants can fight Hunger Games style for documentation, man. You know, and that reminds me of the time of, you know, when you had the Colosseum, right, in Rome, and they were out there, you know, putting our people, Israelites, to fight as gladiators, man, you know, for freedom. Shit is wild, man. All right, this is how you know that the scriptures don't lie, man. Everything has the same vibration and the same spirits of the ancient times, all right, that they come back in reincarnation just in a different type of form. You see? Imagine that, man, that they start grabbing our people. And this is shit that elites be doing, man, because the elites get a kick out of it. They get turned on by seeing shit like that. They posting bets on you, you know. They like to see Jake kill themselves, man, amongst each other, right? Just like how they put liquor stores in every damn corner of the ghetto because they know that, you know, Jake is going to drink the night away and kill each other. You see, shit is bugged out. All right. But see, these are all things that are part of, okay, Jacob's trouble, because the times that we're entering into is what? Is evil. That's why the scriptures say the prudent man foreseeth the evil and he hideth himself. All right. In these scriptures. Okay, because without Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, you're not gonna make it up. You're not gonna make it out alive out of here, man. All right, there's gonna be so much things going on. All right, that you're gonna need the name of the Lord, right? Let's see this. Another video. Give me 1 second. Where's that at?
Look at this chilling new video showing that robot dogs are now being weaponized and firing off rounds at targets with minimal recoil. This is terrifying. Now the Secret Service has already deployed specialized versions of Spot, this robot dog, marked with TST.
And let me read what it reads here. Oh, he's reading one. Okay.
Control high-profile sites, including Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago. These versions are customized with 3D mapping sensors, thermal imaging, and perimeter control capabilities that far exceed stationary security cameras. On top of that, roughly 60 law enforcement agencies nationwide utilize these units. Commercial manufacturers emphasize life-saving, non-lethal use cases. However, the U.S. military has fundamentally shifted public expectations by actively weaponizing these things. This comes as many people are raising alarms regarding the Trump administration's approach to dissent and surveillance. Remember, the Trump administration is already classifying people who are anti-Christian, anti-American, anti-capitalism, or have extreme views on migration, race, or gender as terrorists. So with that being said, it's not very comforting to see that they're now putting guns onto these robot dogs. The main issue here is the rollout of these machines is outpacing the legal framework required to govern them, and that might be the goal. Take a look at this chilling new video showing that robot dogs are now being weaponized.
All right, so you see what's being said there, man. All right, and these robot dogs are for what? For the time of Jacob's trouble, man. When all hell breaks loose, right? When National Guard is sent, all right, to, you know, come and take out a bunch of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right? Because y'all start tripping. Y'all don't know how to act, all right? So basically, you know, you put yourself in these predicaments at the end of the day, all right? You know, look how, I'm just using this as an example, but look at how when New York, you know, was going crazy when they won the NBA championship, right? These people were terrorizing their own city, terrorizing their own streets, and that's just for a celebration of a damn sport. Imagine how much more when the time comes that they collapse the dollar, right? Hunger comes to this place, starvation comes to this place, which is right around the corner, which I'm about to show you another video. All right, imagine how these people gonna get, how much of a frenzy they're going to be in. All right, so they're gonna need this type of technology to bring out and pretty much eliminate Jake. See, that's why the Lord gonna give his men spiritual powers in these last days, man, because without those spiritual powers, without Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, we wouldn't be able to survive in this place, man. They'll take everybody out. They have the technology, all right, to be able to, track you down, destroy you, you see? So it's scary times that we're living in, right? Again, let's go back to, grab a different one, another different video. Was it this one? Yeah.
Talk up on it. Family needs to eat.
Hey y'all, I'm gonna let you guys know right now. This is on the White House page. Declaration of emergency and authorization for temporary duty free importation of phosphate fertilizer from Morocco. This literally translates to a food emergency. And then I went on the blockchain and I saw that the United States Food Reserve got established around the same time Donald Trump called the national emergency. And here it is right over here. I positioned myself early and it has been going up. I guarantee you this thing is going to go parabolic. This is not financial advice, y'all. This is how I do my research. You guys want to check this out? Everything for this will be in the comments below. And you guys see it. Y'all see what was happening with the dots, man. This is the digital age. Let's continue to get it. Peace out. Look.
All right. I have another one that's better than that. So you got Trump declaring food emergency, okay? And people going to start stocking up. People going to start panic buying, all right? Not only do we have a food emergency, but we got, us running on the last bit of reserves that we have for gas and oil, you see? All these things are happening right next to each other, man, showing you the times that we're in, showing you that all hell's about to break loose and people about to go into, chaos mode. See, because this all goes back to being, order ab chaos, man. They problem reaction solution, because something big, something major, a black swan event is about to happen before everybody's eyes in America, you see? And it's to usher in this new world order. It's the collapse of everything in society, all right, to be able to present to you the solution, which is this MOTB, this RFID chip, the Neuralink, okay? So they're going to starve you out. They're going to make you go to your oppressor for the want of all things and nakedness and hunger. All right. This is let me see. There's another one similar to that. Where's it at? And as a matter of fact, let me grab this real quick because this is a spiritual one right here. All right. It says Giant World Cup ball breaks free and turns traffic into real life Rocket League, right? And when you look at this spirit, yeah, you just seeing like this little ball, all right, getting tossed around the streets, blown around by the wind, all right. But you got to look at it in the spiritual point. This ball, all right, that's an inflatable. It's got all the different nations around the world on it, okay. And basically, what you see is it's getting tossed left and right all over the place with the wind. You know, the wind represents destruction in the scriptures, man. So is a ball showing you all the different flags of the world, all the different nations, and being tossed all over the place, all right, to represent that it's going to go in chaos, to represent that a destroying wind is about to come, all right, to Babylon the Great and around the world, okay? Look at it. Right? See, you got all these different nations on the ball, right? Now, another one similar to that I want to show you is, I believe it's this one right here. This one.
Take a look at this chilling new video showing that robot.
No, that's not it. It's lucky. There's another one with someone was flying. It might be this
So
one.
America is celebrating 250 years of freedom. But freedom for who? The United States was born.
Where is that one? Hold on, give me 1 second. I thought it was right there. There's one where you had a guy that was flying, all right, with his
Be loyal to Carl.
with his flag. Oh, there you go. This is another representation of America falling. Okay. Take that music off. See? So you had the song Proud to Be an American being played in the back, all right? And this guy's, I guess, parasailing somehow, all right, whatever you call that. And all of a sudden he falls with the flag into the crowd, which that's a representation of America falling, all right? Babylon the Great falling, all right? All hell breaking loose and everything falling to the ground, basically, okay? Another video that I wanted to show, I believe it's in my messages. Give me 1 second. It's a Facebook. Yeah, this is Chicago 4th of July violence. 20 shot, 3 killed, 3 stabbed as of Sunday morning. Okay. And basically, let me see. Trying to see if I can get the actual news video. Yeah, here we go. Really? You don't want to give me the video? It says more than 20 people have been shot and 3 killed over the long 4th of July weekend across Chicago. 3 other victims have been stabbed, according to the Chicago Police Department. All right. Oh, I think it's coming on right now. Hold on.
Said is chief medical officer and co-founder of Eleanor Health, and she's here to talk about the dangers of these types of products. Doctor, thank you so much for coming on to talk about this. Let's talk about the part of this being really some oversight now for Kratom. We haven't really seen that. It's not federally approved. It's not federally banned, but maybe this is a step in the right direction. What do you make of it?
And that's crazy because it says gas station heroin. That's wild. All right. Hold on. I mean, it was supposed to go into that video. Come on, now it doesn't even want to go into it now. Wow. So it says it says in Chicago, multiple people have been shot and stabbed, including 2 officers over this 4th of July week, holiday weekend across Chicago. It says around 5 p.m. on Sunday, 21 people have been shot, 2 killed, and 3 others have been stabbed, according to the preliminary reports by the Chicago Police Department. CPD usually tallies up holiday weekend shootings starting at 6 p.m. on Thursday night through 12 o'clock p.m. 11:59 p.m. on Sunday nights. Sunday mass shooting. What we know, several people. All right, same thing saying. All right, it says a mass shooting around 1:30 a.m. in the 3800 block of West Maple Ave left 6 people, ages 17 through 20, injured but not seriously. And what police called in a separate shooting, a 17-year-old girl was shot and critically injured in the same area about 10 minutes before the mass shooting. Other shootings included 19-year-old man was shot in the 1600 block of West 108 Place around 12:15 a.m. He was taken to Christ Hospital in critical condition. A 33-year-old man was found shot in 4300 block of West Van Buren Street around 1:48 a.m. He was taken to Stronger Hospital where he died. All right, I guess the hospital wasn't so strong. It says a 30-year-old man was walking in 1600 block of West Chicago when he was shot in the leg. He took himself to Elmhurst Hospital, where he was listed in good condition. A 31-year-old man was found inside a home in 600 block. All right, he was found with a gunshot wound to his chest. Okay, he was taken to Mount Sinai Hospital. Look at that. Look at all these names, man, to these hospitals. This is wild. In critical condition. 2 people were also stabbed in a separate incident. 25-year-old woman, right, at 1:40 a.m. She was arguing with family members and it turned physical. The victim tried to break up the fight and the male offender stabbed her in the abdominal. All right. 45-year-old man was found on the sidewalk in 5900 block, all right, 2 a.m. with cuts to his chest. He was taken to the hospital in good condition. All right. Then you had Saturday violence. All right. 54-year-old man was in an argument with a gunman. Gunman walked to the nearby blue SUV to get a gun, opened fire, and shot the victim. Englewood shooting, 25-year-old woman was wounded by gunfire Saturday evening while sitting inside a vehicle on Chicago's South Side. All right, let me see. There's another one. Burnside shooting. A 29-year-old man was sitting inside a car in the 400 block of East 90th Street. He was shot in the thigh. Edgewater stabbing. 34-year-old man stabbed during an altercation on a CTA bus. All right, the victim had cuts to his ear and chest. He was taken to a hospital. Friday, Southside police shooting. 2 Chicago police officers and suspect were shot and injured on the city's South Side late Friday afternoon. All right, the shooting happened just before 5 p.m. Blah blah blah. All right, trying to see what else. An 18-year-old was shot around 8:30 p.m. He had been shot in the buttocks. They gave him the old Forrest Gump. I got shot in the buttocks. All right, a 52-year-old man was found dead 4:49 a.m. Classified as the death of a homicide, head injuries. It was unclear what caused the injuries. Thursday shootings, 10. Let me see. 51-year-old man was shot during an argument with a male offender inside a home. All right. 31-year-old man was shot by an unknown gunman who had approached him on foot and shot him and before fleeing. But listen, man, when you hear all this is me just reading newspapers, man. All right, let's grab this real quick. This is Matthew 24:12, and it reads, "And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold." Okay, yeah, sin is rampant everywhere, man. Okay, sin is this is why the Lord has a controversy with the land of Israel, not the land of Israel, but the land here in Babylon the Great, as the scriptures say in Hosea. All right, Hosea 4:1, and it reads, "Hear the word of the Lord Yahweh, ye children of Israel, for the Lord Yahweh has a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of Yahweh in the land. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and blood touches blood." You see, NLT says, "You make vows and break them. You kill and steal and commit adultery. There is violence everywhere, one murder after another." Yeah, because the love of many is waxing cold. People are getting put into desperate situations, man, and desperate times calls for desperate measures, right? Because demons is, all over the map right now in Babylon the Great. Okay, the Lord is literally bringing straight judgment. Hey, Shalom, Malak Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah Barakatah. All right, you got the brother Shapar, the brother Daniela. All right. Says Revelations 12:12 in the GNT, "And be glad, you heavens, and all that live there. But how terrible for the earth. How terrible for the earth and the sea, for the devil has come down to you, and he is filled with rage, because he knows that he only has a little time left." Yeah. And that's the thing, that he has rage, so he's pushing that rage vibration upon the people, man. Because remember, the scriptures say that you are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. And that was a statement, a precept that was given on to our people. Our people are always following after the ways of Esau, man. Okay, so Esau is filled with rage right now, so he's promoting rage everywhere else. You see, and then he's putting you in all these different types of predicaments for your life. All right, and basically people go into that mentality of survival of the fittest, man. Okay, every man for themselves out here right now. And this is just a scratch on the surface, man. This is not even nothing yet, because truly all hell hasn't broken loose. But what we keep seeing is the birth pangs of America, of getting closer and closer to where it's about to be taken. You see, once all hell truly breaks loose out here, man, you're literally going to see a lot of bodies just dropping right in the middle of the street. This place is going to be filled with carcasses, man. Killing people is going to be the norm out here. There's going to be no, let's grab that real quick. This is Second Ezra's, right? Because it goes also with that video I was showing you how we have a famine of food coming in, right? Second Ezra's 15, and take it from 18. "For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, and houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods, because the lack of bread and for great tribulation." You see, so the Lord is about to take the whole staff Judah, all right, the whole staff of Israel, as it tells you in Isaiah 3:1, right? For behold, the Lord, Yahweh Shah, the Lord, Yahweh of hosts, does take away from Jerusalem and from Judah, right? The stay and the staff, the whole staff of bread and the whole state of water. You see, and that's what's going to cause a lot of chaos out here, all right? And people going to go into a frenzy where, you know, people not going to have love for their neighbors anymore, all right, because of the lack of bread, because of the great tribulation, all right, which that great tribulation is the time of Jacob's trouble, all right. So the Lord is about to, you know, take away, like I said, the food source, the water source, all right, and that's all because you have Donald Trump talking about you know, because he waged war on Iran, and the Strait of Mandeb and the Strait of Hormuz is being blocked off, so we're not getting the fertilizer, all right, that's supposed to come to us on a daily basis, all right. We're not getting that fertilizer given to us, okay. Really, pretty much what this devil has done is he has, you know, put a global collapse on the whole entire earth, all right, to be able to usher in this new world order. All right, which I had that video. Let me see if it's this one. No, it's not that one. One second. I can't find that one right now. There's another one I had that explains it even more of how we don't have no fertilizer coming in. It was going hand in hand with the one that I brought earlier, but there's so many damn videos in here, man. I gotta start marking them in different. This one. Oh, as a matter of fact, let me bring this out. This makes sense too, because this concerns. It says Nigeria bans cash and forces own citizens to digitalize currency by starvation. You see, so it goes hand in hand with what I was saying. See, they're gonna basically starve you out here to make you bow down to their system. You know, because then they're gonna tell you, okay, well, if you take this MOTB, right, you take this RFID chip, then we'll be able to feed you, all right? Because you're not going to be able to buy or sell without it anyway, okay? So that right there already puts you in the predicament of, you know, you either going to take this chip to be able to buy food and not starve, all right, or even sell food and not make money, Salakia, and make money, or you're going to be banned, all right, from the society, and you're not going to be able to have any of those things, you see? So basically, it puts you in a predicament for your life, you see, and you'll end up dying off if you don't have these necessities that we need. So he's playing with the necessities that we need, all right, the most. All right, let me hear just what he says.
The cashless future is absolutely imminent. Did you know that Nigeria is basically cashless now, and that they have a central bank digital currency?
After a 3-week delay, Nigeria's digital currency is now legal tender.
In October of 2021, the Central Bank of Nigeria announced the e-Naira. Well, after about a year, only 0.5% of Nigerians signed up. Yes, big surprise. Most people don't want a central bank digital currency. They limited the amount of cash that people could withdraw from the banks and ATMs to $44 per week. Now, the average Nigerian needs $40 per day to survive.
Long queues at ATMs and banks nationwide, oftentimes in the middle of the night and up to 7 hours long.
Scenes of destruction are evident at different banks. Some have had their windows smashed and ATM cards damaged.
Still, the tug of war to get cash is a sign that the cashless policy of the CBN is yet to feed into the system.
They banned cash. The government came out in October of 2022 and said that they're no longer accepting the old banknotes. So they said, we're going to give you new banknotes. But then the banks stopped issuing the new ones and people couldn't get the new ones. And then nobody could get any cash anymore. You can't use the old ones and you can't get the new ones.
Cash shortage sparked by the replacement of paper notes, a crisis which has left people cashless and has forced businesses to close.
I see, that's what it is. It causes the businesses to close, and that's why you get that starvation. Stores ain't open, food stores ain't open. You see, you can't just go anywhere and find food because everything is closed. You see, and that's the same thing that's going to happen here in Babylon the Great, which that's our people right there. You know, a lot of Nigerians, it goes back to Southern Kingdom. Okay, so that's part of Jacob's trouble right there as we speak, right? Let's grab another one. One second, hold on. Yeah, I'm looking to see which one. I'm getting tired of all these damn videos I got here.
Oh, it's a Marine, right?
No, that's not it. Let me read what the brother got here. We got Jeremiah 30:7 in an NIV. It says, how awful that they will be. No other will be like it. It will be a time of trouble for Jacob, but he will be saved out of it. Yeah, it's going to be a time that you ain't never seen before, man. Zephaniah 3:5, it says, but the Lord Yahushua is still in there in the city, and he does no wrong. Day by day, he hands down justice, and he does not fail. But the wicked knoweth no shame. Yeah. All right. See, the righteous is going to understand the judgment. All right. The wicked, they don't understand why they're being judged. You see, people being judged every day, and they're just looking around like, why? Why is this happening? All right, but still going about their business and living life like everything is all good. Not once debating to themselves, damn, should I repent? Should I change my ways? You see, they don't even have repentance on their mind because they're such under a strong delusion of Esau's witchcraft, man, that one thing I realized here in Babylon the Great, when so much shit is going on, all hell's happening, right? Hell is happening upon our people. They'll push it out for like a week or two, have everybody in like, oh my God, what's going on around the world? But then right after that, they come with a bunch of fucking bread and circuses to make you forget about what was just happening. And now you get caught up with those witchcraft and sorceries, right? And then next thing you know, a month, 2 months later, they come with all this crazy ass news that you done missed out on while you were just caught up with the bread and circuses. And now you're back to that panic and fear, that fear mode again. You see, it's a tactic that he basically does. And then people get scared again, and people are like, oh man, the world is going crazy, everything's getting worse. And then boom, they hit you with another flock of bread and circuses, man. You know? So it keeps you like up and down, all right, not knowing how to just focus on one thing, basically. You see, when we should just be focused on these things that are happening, right? Because these are scourges that are sent for scourges sent for amendment, as the scriptures say, right? Let me grab that real quick. All right. And while all these things are happening, they're still not turning away from their wickedness. Right? 2nd Ezra 16, and this is 19. I'll take it from 17. It says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, and the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? All right, and we're about to witness evils that we ain't never seen, right? This is 2nd Ezra 14 and 16. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. You see, it says, look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. Yeah, you see, so evil is increasing on a high level. Okay, back to 2nd Ezra 16 and 19. It says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Yeah. So all these things are happening. They see these things happening. All right. But none of these people are repentant. None of these people are taking heed that the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is visiting, man. You see, and that's why they keep getting caught by surprise. Okay? Because only the elect is watching, man. Only the prophets are being watchmen and reporting to you live. And then the followers, the true believers, they're taking heed to that, man. You see? And they're continually calling upon the name of the Lord. This is Amos 5:24. It says, but let judgment run down as waters and righteousness as a mighty stream. Yeah, judgment is being, brought out, okay, on a daily basis, more and more, okay, because it's the wrath of the Lord, because that's what the Lord does. He sends them evil angels amongst our people when he wants to show his wrath and his indignation, right? And he spares not their life from death, as the scriptures say, right? It says wildfires hit up France, Spain, Portugal, causing thousands to evacuate. See, all these things are happening all over the world. All right. And remember, our people are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. So we have people in all these different countries, man. All right. It's also judgment coming to these heathens. All right. But in the midst of these judgments also are our people that are constantly getting judged, because the Lord judges our people first. He says the angels working overtime. Yeah, they work, man. Listen, these death angels is out, boy. And they're not slowing down. All right. Remember, the scriptures say that they appease the wrath of him that made them. Okay. So they can't wait to actually go out there and do their job. All right. As a matter of fact, let me grab this. This is, excuse me. Where is that? Ecclesiasticus. 1 second. Ecclesiasticus, I think it's in the 40th chapter. Yeah, this is 40:9. It says, death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. These things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood. Yeah, and those same spirits that we had back in the day, all right, before the flood came and took them all out, is the same spirits we got today. Okay, the only thing is that 8 people ain't going to be saved this time. All right, the elect, all right, the remnant, the small remnant that the Lord has in store to be saved is going to be saved. The 1/3, 33.3% of our people. All right, but the rest of them, 66.6%, which is the 2/3, death, bloodshed, strife, sword, calamities, famine, tribulation. All right, all these things were created for them. Was created for the wicked. You see. Matter of fact, when you go into Ecclesiasticus 39 and 25, it says, for the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for the sinners. You see, it says the principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, salt, flour of wheat, salakia, honey, milk, blood of the grape, oil, and clothing. All these are for the good to the God. All these are for good to the godly. So to the sinners, they are turned into evil. You see. So for the righteous, all right, these things are going to be a use for us, right? This is going to be principles for our life, all right, to help us, all right. But see, even the things that are necessities, because these are all necessities to us, right? The necessities that are going to be a principal thing for us in our lives, they're going to be turned to the sinners as a wicked thing, man. You see, they're not going to be able to have those things to help them out. Because at the end of the day, what do you really truly need to survive? These necessities that were just literally just mentioned, okay? And they're not going to have any of that, man. You see? That's why it's important to fear Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. All right? This is 28. It says, there are spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes, and in the time of the destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire, hell, famine, death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts, scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction. You see? So the Lord is constantly punishing the wicked. All right. It says a whole lot of judgment going out over here in the UK too. Yeah, this is all over the world, man. Okay, this ain't just here in Babylon the Great. All right, this is a worldwide thing. It's just that Babylon the Great gonna catch the worst kind of judgment because this place is gonna be destroyed, and this is where most of our people is at. All right, our people scattered. All right, but the majority of the Israelites are here in Babylon the Great. That's why you're gonna have the great deliverance here. You see, but let's go to Ezekiel 7:5. It says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and evil and only evil, behold, it is come." Right? It says, "An end is come, an end is come. It watcheth for thee. Behold, it is come." Yeah, that's the scary part. That it's constantly watching for you, man. See, the Lord not about to spare, all right, anybody, as it tells you in Ezekiel, real quick. Ezekiel 9:4, right? 9:6. It says, "Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house." You see? So literally, and it says, "And he said unto them, defile the house, fill the courts with the slain, go ye forth." And they went forth and slew in the city. All right, so them death angels are not going to spare children, women, all right, men, okay, both maids. You see? So the Lord said, only look for those that have the mark, which the ones that have the mark is the Tawat, to be exempt from judgment. And to have that mark is to have the name of the Heavenly Father written upon your forehead, man. Basically, you know, you calling on the name of the Lord. All right, because the name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous man runneth into it and is safe. You see, so we're safe from the evil. All right, the Lord said, do no wickedness, and no harm shall touch you. Right? That's let me grab that real quick. That's Ecclesiasticus 7:1. It says, "Do no evil, so shall no harm come unto thee. Depart from the unjust, and iniquity shall turn away from thee." You see? So the wages of sin, right? Sin, when you keep doing sin, it becomes what? Iniquity. So the wages of sin is death. You see? So if you do no harm and you follow the ways of the Lord to the best of your ability, right? Well, then what will happen eventually, man? All right, you're going to depart from the unjust. He's going to put the spirit for you to depart from the unjust, and you're going to turn away from that. You see? And no harm is going to come onto thee. All right? Matter of fact, let's grab that. It might be Ecclesiastes. I don't think so, though. No, it's not that one. But I'll grab this because this is the spirit. Ecclesiastes 7:8. "Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit." All right, so better is the end of the thing. That's why the Lord is about to bring the end to this place, man, because here we have no continuous city, right? Death is better than continual sickness in a bitter life, right? It says the patient in the spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Yeah, because pride go before destruction, and the haughty spirit before a fall. All right. So you see the pride in these people, and that's why the scriptures say that many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter times walked in great pride, man. America's filled with pride, especially right now at this given moment because of this 250-year celebration. You know, I'm proud to be an American spirit. You know, let's continue to keep pushing and making America great again. When it hasn't been made in the last 6 years, it hasn't been made great again, right? Ever since the first pandemic. And here it is, we're about to enter into the second pandemic that we're not going to come back from. Everything here in Babylon the Great is about to collapse. The dollar's about to collapse. The system's about to collapse. It's going to put everybody into a halt, and it's going to make everybody go into total chaos, man. All right, going into the Hegelian dialect, right, which means order, ab, chaos, man. All right, they know how. They already planned this out for years. They already know your reaction, and they already have the solution set for you. All right, that solution is that snare that's going to come upon the world while the world is while America's in straight turmoil. You see, That's how that's what they want. They want America to be in turmoil to gain to have you gain their trust, right? So America could look like here they come to save the day. You see, so they could look like they're the superhero. Okay. Oh, okay, everything is going crazy, you know, but hey, if you take this MOTB, it will end all your misery, right? It will take away all the hunger and all the thirst that you're going through. We just need you to bow down to the system, and then right after that, this place is going to be destroyed anyway with thermonuclear missiles, right? So let me see if I have another video. I mean, I pretty much hit the point on it with those. Man, shit annoying as hell that I literally just had all these shit set up. And I be feeling like, because I'm on, it's off of Instagram, because Instagram is about to change. I think it's like in 2 weeks or a week and a half. Instagram is about to be fully monetized, man. They're going to be watching everything you do. All right. You got to watch what you post. You got to watch what you say, what you're sending to other people. All right. They're going to be watching it. All right. On a whole nother level. So I feel like when I save certain things, they actually erase them off of my shit, because they could tell what I'm saving, what I'm going to use for the next, video. Okay. But you got the U.S. grid emergency alert, power's being shut off because all these, all this weather, all right, all this weather manipulation, which that's another tactic to bring us into, Jacob's trouble. All they got to do is cut off these damn lights, all right, and forget about it. You're going to have the purge 2.0 out here, right? Let me see. Give me 1 second, Salakia. The one I'm really looking for is the one with the food crisis that we're going through, when they were explaining about the fertilizer not coming in. You know what it is? I think sometimes I'll be seeing it and then I don't save it. Let me see if it's on this brother's page that I usually follow. If it's not, then yeah, it's not on his page. Might have been something I've seen, and then.
Now, beyond that, I was moving on to our next story. Russia is a key security ally of many African nations.
I'll bring this out. Race wars, man, all part of Jacob's trouble also. You got these nationalists walking up and down for the 250 year celebration out in Washington, D.C. And they all what? They're all racist people, man. All right. Which racism has always existed, has never gone away. Okay. But, they showing you, all right, an uproar of the people. All right. And the Lord said that when the uproars of people, the earthquakes in diverse places would happen, that will signify that the Lord is visiting this place. All right. And that's exactly what's happening. All right. Right now, the Lord is visiting this place very heavy. And he's searching Jerusalem with candlesticks, man, to see who's settled on their leaves, man. Who's not doing the work, right? Who being lazy as shit? Who holding back their sword from blood? Okay, and then the ones that are doing the work, all right, they're going back and reporting to the Heavenly Father, hey, this man's doing the work. Have mercy on him, man. That's why the Lord gonna remember mercy in the time of his wrath, in the time of his judgment. Okay. Ooh, look at this. 88 inmates overrun North Carolina jail, take guards hostage, man. And pretty soon you're about to get a lot of these criminals get thrown out of these jail systems, right? Because they're already messed up in the head, all right? And what they're going to do is they're going to unpopulate these jail systems to bring in the new people that don't want to comply with the, you know, with the society, don't want to comply with the ways of Babylon, all right? And they just going to put your asses in there on top of the FEMA camps that they've been building and they have already set for our people. All right, and they're gonna let these criminals go, and these criminals are gonna be thrown out there in the wilderness, man. Again, to go out there and do what they do best, be criminals. All right, and they're gonna be used as spirits created for vengeance. All right, so I'm gonna leave it there through the spirit. All right, there's always I'll find these other videos I'm looking for, and I'll just make more videos on them. All right, but you know, Lord willing, you will edify. The water for the precepts is always, brother. You know, so with that being said, Barak Atah Yahweh, Barak Atah Yahweh Shai, Kol Elohim La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Bachat Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who do well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered abroad. Akim and the Aquat that was listening in. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing, that the lesson was edifying. To the next one, Shalom. Keep fighting the good fight of faith and doing as good soldiers of Yahweh Shai. Shalom, Abba Ball soon.